The Commission unanimously passed an ordinance that would ban the sale of dogs, cats, and some other animals at pet stores across the valley. It's been an ongoing debate for months. The vote comes as local shelters continue to deal with an influx of animals being brought in. Backyard breeders and puppy mills around the country often look to pet stores for their profits. Clark County Commissioner Michael Knapp was the first to introduce the ordinance to county leaders. Now that the ordinance has passed, pet stores will have 1 year to sell all of the animals they have now, then stop for good.